Alright, this is part two. This is where I am actually going to get the lines made. I went ahead before the video and wrote the slate of games down. Always put the road team to the left, at home teams on my right. Now I'm going to apply the power rating off the chart onto the schedule and come up with some lines. Top game I got Thursday night, Kansas City at Oakland. Look over on my chart. Got Kansas City at 99.5, so 99.5 for Kansas City. Oakland, the Raiders I have at 86.5. That is a 13-point difference. I allow 3 points for home field advantage. That's going to be Kansas City by 10. KC by 10. Next game, first game Sunday, Cleveland at Atlanta. I have the Browns rated down at a 91. At Atlanta, coming off the win in Charlotte, Cleveland got their ass beat at home by Houston. I have the Falcons at 90. 91 for Cleveland, 90 for Atlanta. 3 points for home field. Atlanta by 2. Next game, Tennessee is at Philadelphia. We're going to skip that because Tennessee is playing. I will put the Philadelphia number down, which is 99 at home. Detroit at New England next. Lions have a rating of 95.5. This is going to be one where I know the line's going to be way toward the Patriots because of the way the Patriots have been performing. It's just inevitable that this according to my power ratings, before I even get the Patriots number up there, which we have Patriots, it should be about 100, and I'm looking for, yes, 100 exactly. So that's 4.5 plus 3. I got New England 7.5. Now, I haven't really looked at any lines yet, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that New England is favored by more than 7.5 at home against Detroit next week. And even myself personally, it would be hard to not lay some credence to momentum in this spot. It is a home game for New England. Just, this is just giving me an idea of a value for the line, not necessarily telling me what I'm going to bet or in any way, shape, or form 100% being a deciding factor on the bets I make. It's just, it's giving me a line value. It's giving me a starting point to go with. Green Bay at Minnesota. Packers I have at 100.5 at Minnesota. Coming off the loss in Chicago, Minnesota I have at 91. You had the 3 points for home field. I got Green Bay 6.5. Again, just like New England, these are the two hot teams where perception and perhaps performance in these cases. These teams may blow these off, but I can tell now public perception will be on those two. And it won't be a situation where I'm looking to take either Detroit or Minnesota. In fact, I can almost say for certain I will not take Detroit under any circumstance. Minnesota, very highly unlikely I can convince there's any way. So either one of those two. And the wall chart is going to suggest that's where the value. And perhaps the line value is there. But, momentum and performance might outweigh that. Next game, Jacksonville at the Colts. Jaguars are 84. Colts coming off a nasty loss. Probably will be pissed off, ready to kick some ass. Colts 98.5. The line from my wall chart has Indianapolis by 17.5. 17.5 for the Colts. Cincinnati at Houston. Bengals coming back, or continuing a road trip. They just won at New Orleans. Houston coming home after a road win. Power ratings for the Bengals, 94.5. The Texans show up at 93. That's going to give me a spread of Houston by 1.5. New York Jets at Buffalo. The Jets, 87.5. Buffalo. I have the Bills at 93. That's a 5.5 point difference. Plus 3 is going to be Buffalo by 8.5. Tampa Bay at Chicago. The Buccaneers, I have at 86.5. The Bears at 93.5. 7, I got the Bears by 10. Chicago by 10 over Tampa Bay. Arizona at Seattle. Arizona, I've got the Cardinals at 99.5. And also the Seahawks are 99.5. So that number is going to be Seattle by 3 is the wall chart power rating call. That's the early line for that game. St. Louis at San Diego. I have the Rams on the board at 90.5. The Chargers I have at 94. That's a 3.5 point difference plus home field. San Diego by 6.5. Miami at Denver. Dolphins. You know, it's the Denver coming back home off this loss. So your instinct is to play them here. Yeah, it's just going to be interesting. Miami on a nice win as well at home on Thursday night. So let's go Miami. The Dolphins I have at 98. Denver I have at 101.5. That's going to be Denver by 6.5. And I can tell you right now, if that line is close to that, I'm going to like Denver next week. I don't want to lay 10. It seems like to me is going to be a good number possibly to play for the Broncos. I'm not sure yet. I'm just some early conjecture on these lines. But the board has Denver by 6.5. Washington at San Francisco. Redskins 89.5. San Francisco, the Niners show up at 98.5. That's a 9 point difference, 3 for home field. I got the 49ers by 12. Now this is a possibility of the spot where I have San Francisco at a home team favored by double digits. If by chance that this spread is a single digit spread, San Francisco would be the play of the week because it fits into a perfect category for this charts. That's a possibility. San Francisco in single digits will be a bet, and it could be the top bet if it is single digits. I can see that right now, early observations of the lines. Dallas at the New York Giants. Cowboys, I have at 95.5. The Giants, I have at 90. That's going to be Dallas by 2.5. Then Monday night, the Ravens, I have at 97. New Orleans, I have at 95.5. I got a line of New Orleans by 1.5. And I don't see New Orleans losing 3 games consecutively. So I'm probably, like I say, early indication for me would be leaning somewhere that way. I'm not sure yet. Like I say, none of this is concrete. You can't hold me to anything I'm saying right now, but this is the kind of work I do. And I go over these numbers. I look at the line values. Next step for me, well, I'll go sit down at the coffee table. I'll get me a nice cup of coffee, some nice lunch. I'll pull up the gains. I'll pull up the actual current Vegas numbers. I'll come back in here, probably write my numbers down on the sheet, to give me some indication, and then I'll start looking through. It's the old axiom for me: one step forward, two steps back. The 2 games before, I'll look for perception and performance, and then I also like to take a look ahead to the next game, see who they have next and the situation next. Sometimes that's important to look 1 game ahead also. So it's like 1 step forward, 2 steps behind you. Always keep an eye on the games. That's about it for this tutorial. I mean, if you have any questions, you guys can contact me if you're interested in like handicapping yourself and want to learn how to make your own charts, how to do your own handicapping. It's it can be fulfilling and it can be profitable if done the right way. And the analysis of the data is the key, and that takes time and experience. And I've got plenty of time. I've been doing this for about 20 years, guys. So that's it. I'll check with you guys with some plays later. I'm going to go study up on some college basketball. There's a lot of action tonight. Probably just post it up on social media. Obviously, the members at the website can check everything out. Members get all the information firsthand. As soon as I do something, they know. So you can sign up for service and be in the loop with everything I do daily. It's Great White Capper. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.